24 minutes, it's all it took for betBoom to bring the boom. In Counter-Strike, a 13-0 isn't just a loss, it's a bloodbath. For 30 straight minutes, one team gets dismantled, demoralized, and deleted from the server. And what betBoom did to Wildcard might be one of the most brutal beatdowns we've ever seen. Wildcard's top fragger ended with 5 kills. 5 in a full match. This wasn't just domination, it was a clinic on the oldest, most iconic map in Counter-Strike history. So what happened? Spoiler, everything went wrong. Today we're breaking down this absolute demolition, from the jaw-dropping stats of Wildcard having less than 1 kill a round in total, to one of the lowest rated performers ever recorded in Pro CS. Welcome to the worst loss in Counter-Strike history. We're jumping into the pistol round, and here we can see Wildcards are buying 2 smokes, 1 flash and 1 molotov, and these are great to use for an execute, as if you want to take mid, you will need this mid door smoke and can use the other smoke for CT when it's time to take site, and use the molotov to clear site to force any USPS away from this head angle that is quite good in pistol rounds from the CTs. Or if you want to take B, you will need 2 smokes for door and window, as well as a flash like this and a molotov site to take full on control. So Wildcard are approaching this round with the idea of just being very tactical, while they will as well be buying a P250 to be able to challenge the USPS on long range fights. betBoom on the other hand will buy up in this round and here go for a smoke and a flash, and this buy is more aimed towards winning some part of map control and delay any executes, as they are not playing for the retake with no players buying a kit. So here for betBoom's game plan to work, they will need to win crucial map control and hold it, to force Wildcard to peek into them. Wildcard starts by sending 3 players towards B and then having the last 2 players in top middle, as if you are alone in top middle, you can't hold for this early walk up from bottom mid into tunnels. And here with the boost, they stop that completely, as they now can see any players walking into lower tunnels, and uses a P250 on top of the boost to have the one-shot headshot kill advantage that it offers you. And the goal of Wildcards will be to win lower tunnels control and then bottom middle, as mid open you up for a good route to A, short and option to fall off if something goes wrong. And here we can see Sonic goes for this jump spot from the boxes, as this elevates you higher up, meaning no USP will be able to pre-aim this jump. While betBoom's approach early is to have 1 player on B with dual Berettas and a smoke in hand, and whenever he hears anything in tunnels, he will smoke it off, as the rest of betBoom has made it their mission to win long control. And I love this from Boomish, as he do not want to waste his flash, so he sets up on long with a flash ready for if the call is that the T's are rushing, so he can save the flash if needed for later. The most important spot to control in Dust 2 is long and mid, so if betBoom can win long, they will force Wildcard to go middle. And as I said earlier, this is the goal of betBoom, to force the T's to go where betBoom wants them. On the smoke that is thrown, we can see all 3 B players from Wildcards. They will go bottom mid to take control of it. While on the information Siren got from the sound, we will see betBoom on long keep 1 player and send the last 3 back towards spawn to help out in middle, as around the 137 mark will be when the T's can start to take middle if they walk to it slowly. And look at this change. It's like both teams knows mid will be the issue, as here we can see betBoom leaves long to have 1 player on short on the corner here, and then the action starts in middle with Susp able to find the first kill, as Sortie kind of stands still. What could have been a history changing collat is missed, as from the demo, the damage prediction stuff that I hate, Valve please fix it and make it more accurate, shows that Exile got dinked. And here Susp take this as he is low and continues to push, and the kill is traded fast. But this looks great from Wildcards, as they can now win bottom mid and divide betBoom with the smokes, as 1 CT smoke will make Boomish and his 2 other teammates in CT rendered useless for the execute on B. But then the new guy on the block shines, as Exile gets dinged to 1 HP, Wildcard perceives this as some free kills and starts replaying way off the book, and here peeking 1 by 1, and is found by Magnuges. No idea how to say the name, please tell me in the comments. And here a great opening has left Wildcards down to a 2v4. And to be fair, this peeking from Wildcard was useless, as they then had to wait for their solo B players who walked up to B after he thought the rest of his team could win mid to get ready for the split push, something he is not. And Stanislaw is able to plant the bomb but can't convert the 1v3, as Sonic is found in middle, and he will just be run over by betBoom. This video is sponsored by SkinsMonkey, the ultimate CS2 skin trading site. Upgrade your inventory instantly with fast, easy trades. No hassle, no waiting. Use filters to find the best skins in your price range and earn rewards as you trade. Get up to $5 for free when you trade at least $10. No skins? No problem. Buy at a discount and boost your deposit by up to 35% with the code AGONOR. And check out the free section for giveaways and tasks to win more skins. Click the link and start trading today. Now back to the video. We are entering the first proper buy round with both teams bringing out the AWP, and Dust 2 might be one of the few maps where an AWPer can win you the game solo, unless you have like Monacy or Prime Device on your team, as so many spots on Dust 2 that both teams wants to win is easily won by an AWP. Like bottom mid control is won by who can kill who in drop and doors. The long fight is won by an AWP either peeking the corner or from the doors and getting the kill, so here bringing out an AWP is a crucial part of any game plans for both teams. Then the rest have rifles in hand, where we can see betBoom has opted to keep 2 Galils from earlier rounds to rather save money, and start to build a bank as a safety net if they were to lose an AWP and some rounds, while Wildcards are going into this round with 3 AKs and 1 Galil, but they are buying down to their last penny, so a loss here would be a massive blow to them. betBoom starts with a very default setup of 2 players on B, 1 in middle and the last 2 going long, so early they will leave short open, as a fast short push is not possible without the mid player spotting it. And here betBoom will use this smoke from spawn here to smoke off long, as well as this early Molotov towards B tunnel, as this allows the B players to set up properly and stop any early rushes to B site. Wildcards will have 1 player going solo B tunnels as the lurker, and then send 4 players towards long and top middle. But it's clear that they don't want to win long, as the AWPer is the only player peeking, and he did not have any good spawns to be able to do the fast peek that the tease wants to use for the long take. But Wildcards are not a bad team, as they are predicting the smoke. And with the smoke betBoom throws, you can't really win long, as the smoke cuts the door off, meaning if the early peek can't find a kill, it will be almost impossible to retake long. And usually the CTs would Molotov long, but by using a smoke instead of a Molotov, you split up long and door for a longer duration, and rather just needs to hold for any tease running out of the smoke. So how can Wildcard deal with this play? Stanislaw will line up this nade while their AWPer goes into the smoke, and look at the AWPer. He waits till the smoke bloom before walking into it, and then Stanislaw will throw the nade and break the smoke to give the AWPer a clear angle towards the corner. But it seems like betBoom are ready for this, as on the break we can see Boomish meets it with a nade himself and falls back. So this play in the end won Wildcard nothing and left the AWPer with 50 HP left. But the play is a good counter to the smoke, remember that. After the nade and the smoke closes again, we can see Boomish wins long by molotoving the blue container and taking full control of it, while the open middle will quickly look short to make sure Wildcard can't walk up on short to A while both A players are taking long. So here betBoom wins a lot of control early. Wildcard walks back and here smokes the top of door like this, as this smoke blocks any place towards the top part of the smoke, as the common smoke to throw is this one right here, and it's easy to shoot and get short information, as the smoke is so weak on the top. This smoke does not do that and gives Wildcard a lot of mid control, but Sorty meets this smoke with a nade and here can spot 2 players in mid, but can't connect the shot. Then on this mid take, we can see Wildcard Molotov short to make sure betBoom can't walk up on them, as it's very common for the CTs to have 1 player pushing up short to help the top mid players. And then, when the Molotov fades, Wildcard will use this Molotov here to force any players on the corner to fall back, as the first Molotov on short would force any short players back, and here the most common spot to go is to this corner, and quickly Wildcard has 1 mid control. But here is the issue, with so much mid control, Wildcard freezes up completely in middle, with 3 players towards short not moving. And this means that the 1 player they have holding the long push can't walk away before any mid players decides where to execute, and the lurker in B is in the same situation. Well, we can see betBoom uses this time that Wildcard wastes to set up and be ready for any executes, by leaving mid and focusing more on long and the sides. Wildcard goes for the fake, but it's red as Boomish finds Susp trying to win crucial control of CT spawn, as Boomish hears the drop and stood perfect to block someone walking out of the smoke, and Susp is found. And now Wildcard has to rely on the mid players winning middle, so the B lurker can walk out on B. On the gaps the mid players can create for him, but they are found 1 by 1, and the focus of being ready for an execute was perfect for betBoom. We are entering round 6, and here we can see betBoom are filled with confidence, having a bank most people dream about in this economy, with their poorest player having $7,000, as well as a great 5-0 lead, while Wildcard again buys to 0, and this round is do or die as they bring out the AWP, since a loss here will put them down nothing to 7, and by then the half is lost and almost unrecoverable sadly. betBoom starts the round with a nade here, as it's better to use the nade for the cross, as the particles from it cover for any AWPer holding the door cross, and you can keep the smoke for any holds or retake. But on this nade, we can see 2 players will cross to B site, while Sorty on the AWP will walk to middle and use this nade to make sure Wildcards can't see him pushing down to B lower, and take control of it. as an AWP can be very strong in this position to get one kill and fall back, while the rest of betBoom will have one player on long trying to take it, and then have the last player quickly going short. And he will wait for Shorty to make contact before he will flash middle to make sure Shorty can run middle. As this flash blinds any player top middle, as well as on the contact from the AWPer, he will Molotov lower trying to delay any trades. Wildcards are going for 2 early smokes, one here on the long corner that is sneaking its way into the meta, as this smoke extends the wall for the CTs and ruins the timing of the CT peek to long, allowing the Ts a better long peek, as well as the door smoke is thrown from here to help the mid take. Then they will have one player long that gets Molotoved off, 2 players taking tunnels to trade each other, and the last 2 here in top middle, holding middle, make sure they can later use this control combined with the lower control to take full on mid control. Here on the trade in lower, we can see Wildcard uses 2 Molotovs short to force any CTs short away, as in Molotov this whole close spot, as this will allow them to take mid and short control without having to worry about any players sneaking up on them. While losing mid control forces the AUG in bottom mid from betBoom to smoke off middle and play more passive, while leaving B site fully open. So what's the plan here? Well, when you're in the lead of 5-0, you start to feel more confident and you enter the flow state. And here we can see Siren on the sorted def walks through B site and goes towards T-spawn. And this is why betBoom goes so passive, as if the mid players would die, this whole flank is useless. And here he calls to freeze, meaning to chill out, holds angles but not challenge anything until Siren can use this flank. On the freeze we can see betBoom smoke short and middle to force Wildcard to stop up, while the long player waits here to make sure he can catch any long pushes sooner than later. And now they will just wait for Siren to make his move. And this slow approach makes Wildcard unsure what to even do, as they send 4 players towards short, but all falls back into Siren's lurk, but he whiffs the spray. 4 players with their back turned and he can only find 1 kill before he is dealt with. Such a disappointment. And it's a 3v3, probably Wildcard's best shot at winning a round so far. And here, as they know Siren usually plays towards B, they want to exploit this gap, as B is left to only 1 player to defend versus 3. And here the AUG has to stand tall, and at least get 1 kill, 2 would be the best. 1 bad flash is used, as the AUG is placed here to avoid any flashes by using the box as the cover, and he finds 2 kills, and making the retake so much more possible for his 2 other teammates. And the retake is smooth, as here Exile hears the flash and peeks on it to find JBA while he is pulling his gun out, and betBoom takes another round. The buy is not the best for Wildcards, but it is so far the most competitive round on this map. betBoom is feeling unstoppable, and it's in these moments amazing games like a chance for 13-0 slips up, as a lot of your protocols and carefulness goes out of the window. And this round is a perfect example of this. Wildcards are buying pistols and just want to rush, get a bomb plant, and plan for the next round. Here they are sending 4 players to B tunnels to rush, with the last player here using a smoke for doors. While betBoom are trying something new, by having their B player play it default with a Molotov in the opening to make sure no players can walk out on B, and then they have 1 player on long taking control of it. So what is the new stuff and crazy stuff? Oh, here it is. As they will send 3 players bottom mid to lower tunnels, with the AWP going up here using this hidden ledge to hold top middle, and then send 2 players lower using 2 nades and just running it up to take full on B control. And I like this play if this was a round where you expect them to have 1 lurker in B tunnels, but versus a low buy and Wildcards loving to take lower control, this is not the play. And quickly the trades are in, with Wildcard finding 2 kills for 1 trade. And this puts betBoom in a tough position, as their B players in such an open angle, as he is lucky if he's able to get a kill or 2, while the last 2 players are just too far away to help out. betBoom will have Sortie rotate fast over, while Wildcard sets up for a smoke on the door and start to move out. And Sortie tries to help his B anchor with a nade to allow the AUG to peek, but he is dealt with, and it's a 2v4. Can Wildcard finally win a round, as they now will have 3 rifles? Sortie misses his first shot, but has to get an opening, otherwise his retake will be near impossible. So here the spawn player will use this nade, breaking the door smoke and allow Sortie to find 1 kill, only 3 more. Sortie again is just crazy, with his impact, as he walks into the Molotov to find 1 more kill, and quickly it's a 2v2, and on the execute betBoom just runs them over, finding both kills and the defuse. 13 is not much fun, as betBoom wins mid control and uses this to fully take B site, and shows how to properly do it with a split. But I wanted to show you all how to do this boost here, as it's a good play, just has to be done correctly. As Sortie picks up the USP, and then, when going for the boost, he will use this zone here to cover his jump, as that is what gives away this play usually. As when you jump up, the CTs can spot you and they will hold for this, and can find 1 player, and off this kill he just falls off, and the rest is history. Well, there you have it, a 13-0 where Wildcard had a total of 12 kills, or a .92 kills around over 5 players. And to see how it looks player-wise, here is the kills around ADR and KD of Wildcard versus betBoom players. Thanks for watching, and here are 2 videos YouTube told me you would like. Bye!